Hi, I am the 5D chick and welcome back to my channel. It's so good to be back. I had a little brief hiatus, but I am back in full effect. Okay, so today the topic that I wanted to talk about was well, I guess I'll talk about self-esteem again. On my last video, I was talking about how to be high self-esteem queens and kings. And basically, I just kind of wanted to add to that. I did a little research and I wanted to kind of bring some things together. So if you want to tune in and see what I'm talking about and see what I have for you guys, stay tuned. Okay, so what I wanted to get into today is the pitfalls of having low self-esteem. Having low self-esteem sends out radio waves, frequencies to other low energy beings that let them know that you are ripe for the picking. So in order to keep yourselves in a high vibration, it's good to have high self-esteem. And we discussed previously using positive affirmations and using tactics like, faking it till you make it. Now, I kind of wanted to talk about that because sometimes people fake it and they never actually make it. Okay, so these people actually pose a danger to you when you're trying to actually make it, okay? Because real recognize real. Y'all remember back in the day we used to say that real recognize real and fake recognize real, right? So it's a particular example that I wanted to use. Now I always say it, y'all know I love TikTok. I'm on TikTok. I'm like there a lot. And I noticed that a lot of people base their opinions, well, what they say is true. They say, well, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. This is what's true. They base a lot of their opinions on things that have just been pushed into us over time as a community. Things as far as weight, as far as skin tone, as far as even your status in the community. If you're one of the ones who are considered to have money, you're able to live in better houses, drive better cars or whatever. But I'm here to tell you none of those things equate you as a person. Okay? Now, I suffered with low self-esteem for a long time. Oh, the ad just kicked on. I suffered with low self-esteem for a long time. And I would not say that I am completely healed. I will say that everything is a journey. Everything in life is a choice. So when I wake up in the morning, I have trained myself to automatically start giving thanks for what I have and how far I've come, because when I look back, I'm amazed at who I have become as a person. Just the fact that I'm okay with my face, I'm okay with my body, and I'm not scared to do anything. I'm not scared to reach further on my job. I'm not scared to, if I was like dating right now, like if I was in a dating pool, like I'd be going off after the best. Nothing but the best for this girl, but I already have the best, but I'm just saying. So having high self-esteem really changes your thought process about who you are and what you deserve. And just to like break through all of that, because I pulled up some psychology articles that talked about how narcissists are attracted to people with low self-esteem because you basically feed their ego. There are low energy beings that really survive off of your fear and your uncertainty about yourself. Okay, so the best thing I have found is knowing that I'm a part of something greater, and I'm a part of all things, knowing that the creator of the entire world, the entire universe, the entire existence, it would be nothing without that. I am a part of that. I am a fragment of that. I am sent here to accomplish some things to, so the creator can show itself in me, So just knowing that changes a lot of things that I do. Like, to give an example, I went to go and work out at the park because I really just been like enjoying working out lately, and I don't care, I just like it. I'm just having a good time, and I'm seeing like changes and stuff in my body. And so I went out to the park, and I walk one way and I jogged the other way. I jogged the other way because the wind, I don't know. Now, when I'm walking this way, no wind. It's just nothing, just heat. But when I turn around and go back the other way, the wind is blowing. It's always like that. It's always like that every time I go, right? So what I do is I walk the way that I don't get wind, and I jog the way that I do get wind, so I can get a little air. And these little thoughts were coming up in my mind. It was like, oh, you should, those people over there, because like it's a little track that people walk around. Now sometimes I go there and I walk around that track, but I notice I get very distracted because, just say I'm walking at one pace and I pass somebody that's walking slower, I slow down. Or I'm walking at one pace and somebody passed me, I speed up. And I don't like doing that, but it's just something, it's like a subconscious thing that I do. I don't know why. So what I like to do is I like to go around the perimeter of the park. And so I walk one way and I run the other way. So as I'm doing that, like the first time I took off running or whatever, I'm like, oh, thinking to myself, these people are probably looking at me. They probably saying something about me. They probably think I'm, they might be laughing at me or whatever. And I was like, you know what? Because somebody told me, like, you got to start testing these situations. So I was just like, even if they were, what would it do to me? You know what I'm saying? And more than likely, they're not, because we're all there for our own specific reasons. And that's the way I think life is. Like, I'm here to learn what I'm here to learn. And I'm here to, be something to you on this journey, whether I'm here to be your friend, or I'm here to offer encouragement, or I'm here to remind you of something that you may have forgotten. I'm here for my own specific purpose, and you're here for your own specific purpose. So, like, I can't let others' thoughts and judgments slow me down. So that's what I wanted to share with y'all today, as opposed to like all the psychology articles and stuff that I read, because I was just like really interested in seeing how unhinged this thing can get. Because like it's very important. It's very important to have a good concept, a good high concept of yourself, and not to let other people push and pull you, because you'll be like a little driftwood, just getting tossed and turned in the waves of the ocean, like, instead of just having control of yourself. So when you let other people's opinions and thoughts influence you so much, that's basically what you're giving up. You're giving up your own self-control, and you can be happy, you can be fulfilled, you can have all the things that you want in life, and all the things that you didn't know you wanted. You can have those things, but you only have to believe in yourself, which means that you have to disbelieve other people. And however you get to that point, you get to that point. Because when I first started reclaiming my life, I was mean. Like I started being mean. I went from being nice to being like a little pushover, a little throw rug, you know, you can step all over, to just being straight up mean. Where someone would say something to me and I would just snap. And I'm not that way anymore because I have evolved past that. But I had to have a stop button. I had to have a place to stop because people were so used to just doing me any kind of way and saying any old thing to me. Like I had to put a stop to it. So I had to cut certain people out of my life because they wasn't going to stop. Like, that's just who they was. And then I had to, you know, just start letting people know, like, yeah, this is not the way we're going to do things. So, you know, do with that what you will. I said that to say that you have to figure it out for yourself. And however you do it is okay. It's no judgment. You know, like God loves you. And, you know, this is what you're here for. You're here to remember who you really are. And you're here to push past certain things. So sometimes, you know, it might be a little bump, a little tip, a little scuff. So, yeah. So that's that. So the other thing I wanted to mention, as far as my own personal journey with self-esteem, you know, by me not being mean anymore, I'm just saying mean, but you know, it's no such thing, but you know, not just letting other people's will influence me so hard. I applied for a different position on my job and I got that position like as soon as I applied for it. And the supervisors where I work at, like, let's just say they were not too happy because they really didn't see it coming because, you know, I had a plan and I executed that plan with precision. So they was not happy. They felt ambushed, but, you know, meanwhile, they running around treating people terrible all the time, you know. So one of the supervisors who, you know, she's supposed to be like, you know, like she's always like, we work a hard job. So, you know, we wear uniforms, but nobody really wear makeup or anything because you're just gonna sweat it out. And so she always has her makeup on, always have her little hair dooted up. She have on like a little bracelets and stuff, like stuff I would never wear to work because it'll get broke, you know, because I'm slinging stuff around. But she comes to me and she was like, oh, I heard that you got that position and blah, blah, blah. So whatever she was trying to tell me, I was busy working. And she was like, yeah, I used to work down there. And where you work at, where you going to? I mean, I was okay down there, but let me see, how did she phrase it? I want to phrase it appropriately without giving too much information because I don't want to like put her out there or the place that we're at out there on the internet. But she was like, yeah, I used to work down there, but I was okay because I'm good with computers. And I literally stopped what I was doing. And I looked at her and I was like, because I know you didn't. I know you didn't. Because in that instant, I understood that. Now, I already thought it. I already had a thought that that was the case. But right then, I understood that she feels that she is smarter than me and better than me. And she was simply letting me know that it's going to be computers down there and I might not be okay. But she was, because she understands computers. In this year of our Lord, 2023, okay, she thinks she the only one who understands computers. when I have a 6-year-old grandchild who could probably run circles around her on any device. Because the children coming into the world with the scroll finger at this point. Okay. And like, I got so irritated in that one moment. But then I just thought about it. I was like, you know what? Okay. Because I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving. I don't need to point out the fact that if you were so good down there, everything was so great, and people liked you so much and stuff was going so good for you, why you not still there? I don't need to point that out. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to point that out because you already know that within yourself. You don't feel good about yourself, and you try to feel good about yourself by lording over people and talking to people in a certain manner and treating people in a certain way to reflect how you feel about yourself. But the reality of the situation is you're not what you say you are. Which goes back to what I was saying in the beginning of the video about faking it till you make it. But some people just keep on faking it and they never actually make it. This is one of those people. So in my position, in my own spiritual journey, where I am, I don't have to get angry with you, and I don't have to be pulled down to your level, and I don't have to feed you any of that negative energy that I know that you want. What I can do is look at you and laugh at you because you're funny. That's the first thing. And secondly, I walk away and I feel sorry for you because here you are trying to prove your self-worth when you're already worthy. You're already worthy. You're already worthy. You don't have no need to step on somebody else to be worthy. So, you know, too bad for you. And I feel that way about a lot of things. You know, even like racism, colorism, silly stuff like that. You know, I know it's running the whole world, but I feel like it's stupid because, like, imagine how many people, how many energies, how many gifts and talents that God put on this earth, and these people that you disregard, that you're gonna miss out on. And they might have had a key to your soul, and you'll never get to experience that because you let an outside body that don't even last long influence the way you treat people and the way you see people. So I feel sorry for people like that. And, you know, I think that eventually they might figure it out. You know, I give everybody, you know, the space and the time to figure out their own stuff because I had to have space and time to figure out my own stuff. And honestly, I wish I would have figured it out a lot sooner, but it is what it is, and we are where we are, and we're going to keep on trucking. Okay, so, you know, I don't want to just drag this out too long today, but I just wanted to say those few little things and be done with it. So I'll see you next time. If you tune in, please like, please subscribe. We going somewhere, okay?